We are oh so close to that goal so many high school football teams have every season, to be able to practice on Thanksgiving. Win this week and that goal is achieved. Welcome to Friday Night Hits. I'm Julia Morris. It's the second round of the playoffs and we've got a ton of great matchups to show you tonight, starting with our game of the week, Hillcrest at Greenwood. These two teams met at the beginning of the month with the Eagles coming out on top. Tonight they met again with their seasons on the line. Chase Justice in Greenwood with our game of the week.
Round two of the high school football playoffs takes us down to the JWEFF Stadium, where the Greenwood Eagles are playing host to a familiar foe in the Hillcrest Rams. The Eagles facing the Rams for the second time in the past 3 weeks, but this time it's going down at the the first time Greenwood has hosted a playoff game in the past 2 seasons. Tristan Lewis buying time, launching up a deep ball to Jaden Adams, who comes down with the highlight reel grab. He's down at the 5, setting up this touchdown at the goal line by Bryce Seaborn. Greenwood up 7-0. Following a quick drive by the Rams, the Eagles get the ball right back. Tristan Lewis showed off his arm last drive, doing it with his legs this drive. 60 yards untouched to the house. Greenwood takes a 14-0 lead. Very next drive for Hillcrest, still in the first quarter, Frank Starks hits the outside and has a whole lot of green grass ahead of it. Hillcrest right back in it, cutting that lead in half, now 14-7. Would be 21-7 at the break, same score in the third quarter. Jackson Bree lobbing one up to Weston Willis, the senior getting his money's worth, breaking Hillcrest's single-season receiving yards record, but Greenwood would repay the favor in the fourth quarter. Tristan Lewis to Jaden Adams, who calls game. Greenwood back in the upper state semis for the first time since 2021, topping Hillcrest 28-21.
We found a way to win. I mean, we knew Hillcrest had a great team and they were going to come in fired up, and we were 100% sure they were going to be upset about the previous game, and they showed it. I mean, they came back and made it a heck of a football game.
What a win for the Greenwood Eagles. They will advance to the upper state semis, where they'll hit the road up to Rock Hill to face the Northwestern Trojans. Reporting in Greenwood, I'm Chase Justice, WYFF News 4 Sports.
Thanks, Chase. What a great game there. Well, Spartanburg dominated Burns in their regular season matchup. One of the Vikings' 7 wins this season, but Rebels star running back Trey Segarra was sidelined with an injury for that game. And since Segarra has returned to the field, Burns has won 2 in a row. Gotta love this walk to the big stage. Playoff football, just the best. Second quarter, Spartanburg's up 7-3. Trey Burke takes the snap, throws it up to Justin Rice, who makes the catch there and races into the end zone for a 67-yard score. 14-3, Vikings on top, and Spartanburg's defense locked in the second. Peyton Jones with the pick, and he runs it back for a pick 6. Spartanburg rolling. The Vikings beat the Rebels 37-17. JLman trying to get one step closer to its second straight upper state finals appearance. Patriots hosting Clover. The Blue Eagles start the game with the ball and march right down the field. Aaron Shiley hits a wide open TJ McClooney. Clover on top 7-0, but JLman quick to respond. On the Patriots' first possession of the game, Trip Bryant to Keyshawn Henderson, and watch Henderson breaking a couple tackles there, flashing the speed. He's in for a score, ties up the game. Patriots offense was just getting started. JLman wins 44-14. Man will travel to Spartanburg next week. Boiling Springs visiting powerhouse Dutch Fork, a team that has won 8 state titles since 2016. They were playing like champs on Friday. Ethan Offing throws it to KJ Smith, who cruises in for a score. Dutch Fork student section loving that one. And then Boiling Springs on the punt, caught by Jaden Westbrook. Westbrook, eyes on the prize. He gets into the end zone there for another Dutch Fork score. Dutch Fork moving on with a 42-14 win. Gaffney and Riverside played a competitive game earlier this season, with the Indians pulling off the 7-point win. Those teams meeting again tonight at the reservation. Riverside coming off a hard-fought win over Greenville in the first round, but the Indians have momentum in this game from the jump. In the first, Javon Gilmore throwing a jump ball to Shane Davidson. 16-yard touchdown there. Gaffney up 17. In the second, Indians up 14 at this point. Jaden McDowell power run there. 21-0 Gaffney, and Indians beat the Warriors 41-21. TL Hanna winners of 6 straight heading into their playoff opener against Catawba Ridge. They're up 21-7 in the second. Catawba on their own 20 punting. But how about GWES blocking the punt and recovering it for a touchdown? Hanna padding its lead. A few minutes later, Brandon Cunningham to Walker Kelly. Walk on into the end zone. Kelly 36-7 Hanna at that point. And the Yellow Jackets are moving on after a big 57-7 win. They'll travel to Gaffney next week. Wren having its best season since the Hurricanes won a state title in 2019, but they hosted a Camden team tonight that has been to the state title game in 3 of the last 4 years. First quarter, Colton Bagwell, he's having a stellar season, faking the handoff and keeping it there for a big gain. 37-yard pickup. Sets up 1st and goal for the Hurricanes. Next play, it's the dynamic duo. Bagwell with the handoff to Reese Price. Touchdown, Wren, they're up 7. But Camden responds quickly, tying the game, and this one back and forth throughout, with Camden winning after blocking a field goal in the final seconds. Camden on top, 43-42. Westside has dominated opponents this season with only 2 of its 10 wins being decided by less than 10 points. The Rams have won 24 in a row. Hosting AC Florida tonight, and this one all Rams. Cutter Woods, what a season the South Carolina commit is having. The Westside quarterback with a beautiful pass there to Drayson Evans. Evans going to take it 65 yards for a touchdown, puts the Rams up 7. And check out our Tuck and Howell play of the week here. Woods to Sherrod Richardson, who does the rest. Watch this. Little tiptoe action, stays in bounds, breaks some tackles. Then why not go 80 yards to the house? Westside wins big 49-9. The Rams will host Camden next week. After a win last week, Daniel secured its 7th straight season with at least 10 wins. The Lions hosting a Richland Northeast team that knocked off Seneca last week. How about Elijah Lipsy taking the kickoff for Daniel and going in for the touchdown? Daniel's up 7-0. This game a back and forth battle like so many games tonight, but Daniel coming out on top in this one. They are moving on after a 48-36 win. Well, we've reached halftime on Friday Night Hits. More highlights to come, including Woodruff at Powdersville. But first, a special thank you to all the coaches kind enough to wear a wire for us this season for this segment, reflecting on some of our favorites with a best of edition of Mic'd Up.
Okay, we just totally screwed this up. You got him. He should be there.
Just run and tackle the guy. Gotta run down like kamikazes, bro. If y'all don't pull your freaking knee pads down, I'm gonna get all y'all.
Any fumble out of bounds, you go to the defense, right? Man, see, side judge agrees with me.
Score, hand the ball to the ref, get off the field. And let's go. Good job. Good hustle. Good hustle.
Thanks for the warm welcome, ladies. Powdersville has won 8 straight, hosting a Woodruff team tonight that has just 1 loss this year. Pick it up in the second quarter. Woodruff's TJ Morris passing to Corey Moat. 6-yard touchdown ties the game at 14. Third quarter, though, Powdersville coming up clutch. Tavius Williams takes the handoff and is gone. 32 yards to the house. Patriots up 21-14. Powdersville makes it 9 straight with a 21-14 win. Mountain View Prep has been unstoppable this season, carrying a perfect 10-0 record into the second round of the playoffs. Stars hosting Walhalla tonight. In the first, Walhalla's Jack Williams hands it off to Landon Robinson. First touchdown of the game there. How about that? Razorbacks on top early, but MVP has so many big playmakers. These 2 at the top. Bryson Drummond handing it off to Jalen McGill. MVP on top 7-6. Later in the first, Kayvon Washington picks off Williams' pass. He takes it back for a pick 6, and the Stars win big 42-19. Christchurch, 2-time defending state champion in Class A, hosting a Crescent team riding a 4-game win streak. Tigers up 7-0 at the end of the first, and in the second, that Crescent defense making a big play. Bryson Dutton with the read all the way, picks off Christchurch quarterback Tucker Hendricks, and Crescent capitalizes on 4th and 26. Tigers going for it. Mason Evans cool under pressure with a dot there to Amari Acker. Acker with the touchdown. Tigers win 45-6. They advance to the 3rd round for the first time since 1990 and will play at MVP next week. To the chopper to see a 10-win Belton Honea-Path team hosting Palmetto. In the first, Bears with the ball. Noah Thomas launching it downfield to Tajay Watson-Martin. What a play there. And later in the first, it's BHP's go-to guy, Marquez Henderson, the Clemson commit, getting into the end zone. BHP wins big 42-14. They'll host Powdersville next week. Clinton hasn't lost a game since September, with the Red Devils winning 5 in a row ahead of tonight's matchup against Chester. In the third, Clinton has the lead 28-12, and the Red Devils defense doing all they can to protect that lead. Jackson Wilburn's pass picked off by Brett Young. That sets up Clinton's offense in a great spot, and the Red Devils take advantage. Tashawn Richardson keeps it himself. The Red Devils coming out on top 48-20 over Chester. Chesney visiting Fairfield Central, another team that's had a fantastic season, winning every game since dropping their season opener. Fairfield Central jumping out to an early lead. Caden Diggs to Tidarian Greer. He makes some moves there and finds the end zone. Fairfield Central's up 7. Greer fired up after that score, and for good reason. A few minutes later, it's Greer again. Tutty number 2 for number 2. Fairfield Central wins 41-6. Abbeville making a playoff run just about as consistent as turkey on Thanksgiving Day. Panthers hosting Blackville Hilda tonight. In the first, Abbeville quarterback DeMarcus Leach with the QB keeper. And how about those Panthers putting up some big blocks, and Leach taking advantage, gets in for a 45-yard touchdown to put Abbeville up a score early. In the second, this time Leach will fake the pitch, then put it up for Jaden Baylor. Makes the fantastic catch there in the back of the end zone. Abbeville's moving on after a 41-13 win. Quick look at some other scores. Batesburg-Leesville is moving on. Central won over Saluda. Lamar beat Central 22-12. They'll play Abbeville next week, and Louisville also coming out on top over Ridge Spring Minetta. That'll do it for our playoff edition of Friday Night Hits. Our final Friday Night Hits of the season is next Friday. We hope to see you then. Have a great night.